Alright, welcome to this week's Edge, where I break down Bitcoin and the crypto market in general. So let's get straight into it. I was supposed to drop a video last week, or two videos rather, last week. One for the week's Edge and another for my prop trading journey. But I couldn't because, unfortunately, I my graphic designer was unavailable. So I just had to push through to get something else done. So let's get straight into the chat. So crazy things have been happening in the crypto markets, especially last week when we had a couple of news events, and we had BTC sell to about 108k, which is crazy because the price action on BTC now is crazy. I guess the only swing market I've been able to predict well since the second, third quarter of this year has been on gold, right? I predicted, or I had this bias on gold where gold would just keep pushing up because of because of the global events happening, right? And the war that was going on between um these two countries. I can't really remember their names, but then that's that about that. So, as regards BTC, one thing is quite certain: I don't have a bias on BTC yet. I've been getting stopped out, which is crazy again. So, I don't have a specific entry bias on BTC at the moment, which is one of the things that would make me to not take any sell on bias, at least on futures derivatives. But I mean, if you're liquid in cash, it's very easy for you to get shit done on spot. So I'll stay out of trading basis for now. But one thing is very certain here. With this sweep, like I said from my previous video, it's either we push to 123k or we come down to 104k. But most likely we're going to 123k because I made reference to where we've had September a very bearish month for Bitcoin and the crypto market in general. Now, that's some historic data from October. October is usually like a bullish month for the crypto market and BTC, right? So, it's like one of the strongest months with BTC averaging over 21% in returns in that particular month. So I see no reason why we should not push to 123k easily in the coming months. And now we have like the monthly close coming in a couple of days. So that's it on BTC. I mean, I've been on I wouldn't really say losing streak, but SL streak. It's crazy. So that's it on BTC. On other altcoins, I had long bias on last week. I got stopped out on literally everything. Like at some point, I wanted to question my my trading model, my entry model, but then that same model made me a decent amount the first quarter of the year. So I guess it's just the crypto market condition. And one thing has been proven from time to time. I mean, the past few years I've spent in the market, when BTC is selling, at least 90% of altcoins, you just follow it for no reason. Even if you have a strong bias on an altcoin, 90% of them will just follow BTC. And the remaining 10%, it's probably due to a thing or the other, probably a fundamental factor or something else. I mean, that's just the only thing that would make an halt not follow BTC. So since we had this crazy dump on BTC, other halts just followed. So regardless of whatever you have on an altcoin, if Bitcoin is selling, bro, the market is following it instantly. I mean, 90% of the time. So I had this buy on Radium USDT. I mean, how can I forget? So Radium, I had the sell bias on a buy bias on it, but it got invalidated because of BTC. Now I'm looking to take a short here, but I'll probably not take the short. Right, I'll just go for the buy. There's a buy, the same entry model I use, and the same entry model that got invalidated from here swing points here. So we just tap into the point of interest. We have an inducement that it already got taken out, but the point of interest is yet to be picked because I use the body of candlesticks as my entry model. So we'll pick it and push up easily. I mean, if that holds, if BTC is buying. That's that on Radium. Last week, I think I had something on LPT also. LPT didn't get invalidated, and it's literally the same entry model too, but I didn't take this particular setup, and I will not be taking the buy again, but it's obviously going to keep buying to 8.303. That's on LPT. Then I took like two setups last week. I can't specifically remember the second setup I took, but that got invalidated also. So on FHE, I have this buy bias on FHE, but the thing with FHE is we have something more fundamental coming up October 5th. There's a token unlock coming up. So I'm having like I'm being two-sided here, whether we should take a buy or we should just let it go. So I'll not be taking this also, but we're looking at the buy on it. Now the setup I'm looking at is on XPL. The sell pressure is crazy, but if this buys, it will be a good thing. I'm taking this setup. So let's see how this plays out. Hopefully, I get out of the SL streak. And one thing has repeated itself time to time. Coins, newly listed coins, I mean, ones with good backing, tend to do about, is it, tend to do about 5-6x. I mean, when they start pumping also. My final TP here should be 1.7 thereabouts because that's the recent high there. You can't really predict price since it's an uncharted um territory, right? So I'm looking at a potential $6 on. So let's see how this plays out. A quite simple analysis. Get stopped out, we enter again. I mean, there's no giving up. So that's an LPT, and this the second to the last alt I'll be sharing. I got this from, or I did the analysis with someone on a call. This is on Dodge. So we're having Dodge to 0.19242. Mark my fucking words. So Dodge is coming to this price and will probably push up from here. Well, it will probably take time. Who knows too? So the market is the market. We just do the analysis and wait for the right time for it to pick, for it to push whatever it wants to do. Just execution is our main priority here. And on OG, which is the last analysis for today, and let's not forget, alts, newly listed alts tend to sell like crazy. So let's see how OG plays out. So we just wait, I guess. So that will be all for my hedge this week. Fundamentally, we have macro events coming out midweek, US economic data. So it could impact a couple of assets, including BTC, right? And we're looking at new developments around interest rates or hints of policy changes, who knows? But it could just cause a short-term pullback. Then if BTC holds this zone, I'm very confident we're hitting 123K. So that's this week's edge. And Bitcoin at 110 is actually a good thing, honestly. But it's also the time to stay disciplined. Anything could happen. The market is the market. So watch your levels, manage your risks, and don't chase green candles. It's psychological. You see a green candle, you want to buy, you see something red, you want to sell. So don't chase green candles. Also don't chase the reds. So if you found this video helpful, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Stay sharp, manage your risk, and trade your hedge. See you next week.